Hey guys, how's it going? This is Christopher John Hill, and today we have another Guild Wars 2 guide for you on the beta classes that have just come out recently. That includes the Catalyst, which you see before you, as well as the Bladesworn, and of course the Vindicator. So I'm going to be going through all three of these classes and showing you some viable builds. I've been experimenting with the stats, the equipment, the trait lines, and the skills. And you're going to have a look and see what you think of them, to try them out for yourselves if you want to. Or you can keep these in mind for future down the road. In regards to the hammer, I've tried it out, and it's okay, but yeah, quite honestly, it's very... I didn't like it. So I went for this staff instead. Essentially, the staff seems to work better because it gives you the range, it gives you the firepower, and it gives you the healing. And I'm going to show you that build right now. So this is the Catalyst. And we of course have cutesy Catalyst, and I'm going to show you the equipment we have on us right now. The equipment's going to be the cleric stats: power, toughness, and healing. We have the superior runes of the Dolek, 6, and on the staff itself we have superior sigil force and superior sigil fire. So essentially just over 1,000 healing, the power is 1,800, 2,000 toughness, and 1,200 vitality. And of course you have a little bit of ferocity and additional damage from the extra exquisite charged jewels we have on my trinkets. Alrighty, for the traits lines themselves, we have of course the Expect Catalyst, and it's going to be all at the top. This one's going to give you damage reduction, this one's going to give you extra damage, we have an aura on you, and stability. On the fire trait line we have of course the Burning Precision. We have the Power Overwhelming, and we also have the Flame Expulsion, which gives you might when you're attuned to fire, which essentially gives you the damage you guys want. For the water, it's Soothing Power. Basically, when you're attuned to water, you're going to have 100% extra healing when the Soothing Mist hits you. Flow Like Water gives you a little bit of extra damage, and on this one, it gives you Regeneration and Frost Aura. Down the bottom, we have, of course, Soothing Water, regenerates health and gets rid of conditions, extra movement speed, very important, extra critical hits, very important, and, of course, Fortified Earth gives you a shield if you get into trouble. And then, of course, there's this one if you want a little bit of extra buffs, or if you want to be able to recharge these other ones a little bit quicker. Alrighty, we also have F5, if you want to deploy that, up to you guys. Alright, we're going to start with F1, which, of course, is fire, and let's go down and see if we can find a mob we can take out. As I said, guys, I was experimenting around, just trying to see if I can find a viable build, one that could essentially survive. And this is what I came up with in the end. So I hope you guys like it, and I'm just going to observe me in combat a little bit for each class, and then you guys can make up your own minds and see if you want to go for it or not. Entirely up to you. You can if you want to, and you don't have to, you don't want to. But I think it looks pretty good, and it worked out pretty good in the end. And as you can see, my might stacks are building up extremely fast. They go up very quickly indeed. If you get into trouble, as I said, just hit the healing or the shield, and you can take stuff down. And then you can see the DPS is pretty decent. It's not bad at all. You can go literally into a mob of enemies, and they won't be able to take you out very easily at all. You also have the range on the staff, which you can fire from afar, and that comes in very handy indeed. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next one now. Alright guys, for the next one, the Vindicator specialization. I hope you guys like the name. It's pretty funny, but yeah, let's get serious now. Okay, let's go to the equipment first. We have, of course, the Marauder stats, I believe. Yeah, power, toughness, ferocity, and healing. Actually, no, that's the Crusader. Sorry, Crusader stats, I believe. And in regards to this one, it's power, toughness, ferocity, and healing. And then, of course, here we have power, toughness, and healing. So essentially, yeah, you're specializing in these ones right here. Yeah, gonna have usually more healing than this, but because of the beta, we have the exquisite charged quartz jewels again. But otherwise, yeah, we have some decent conditional damage, decent ferocity, and I'm going to show you what we quickly have. Of course, the legendary demon stance. Healing, which gives you tons more healing if you have conditions on you. This one's going to get you back up again if you get knocked down. And this one right here you can activate in the midst of combat to leave torment constantly being dished out to the enemy. And of course we have the greatsword itself. So yeah, I have Twilight on that one. So yeah, we're going to be taking the elite spec specifically so that we can have access to the greatsword specifically, because it's much better attack against mobs than most other things. On the trait lines, we have Vindicator. Down the bottom, Redemptor Sermon. When struck well below the health threshold, you remove conditions and heal. On this one, you get extra vigor. If there's more enemies, your endurance increases more. And then on this one, you get the barrier and healing every time you dodge. Valuable, guys. This with the corruption, we have this one, which basically more torment. On this one, conditions last longer, but conditions applied to you also last longer. Yep. And then you have this one right here. We also have healing, which basically helps you heal up when you have the conditions being inflicted upon you. And then we have Eye for an Eye, which gives you protection. And then finally, we have reduced strike damage. Alrighty, let's get into the action. So we're going to go straight down and see what we can find. Hopefully we can find a mob of something. And if not, we'll just take on something that is usually difficult to take out. So yeah, we're going to have a look around and see what we can find here. Here we go. There's a few enemies. So we're going to head straight into the middle of them. Wham. And then we're going to execute all of our combat moves. Of course, these guys will knock you down if you're not careful, so you got to be careful of that. And then you can jump around, and as you can see down there, guys, you get barrier and you get healing immediately. So every time you have endurance, you can jump, you can land, and you can heal up and get a barrier. So invaluable, guys. I mean, this is great. You can use this like this if you want to, or you can activate the elite ability down here, which will give you more torment on your enemies. Of course, you will run out of the pips down here eventually, and at that point you just deactivate it again. So if you get low on health, just go like that. You can heal yourself, you can activate this, give yourself more resistance, and you can leave. This will basically stay on the whole time if you execute just attack number 1. And as you can see there, all the stats, well, the conditions are building up on the enemy the longer he stays in my radius. And if you want to avoid getting killed, make sure you remember to keep jumping up into the air, give yourself barrier and healing. There you go. I took it off again. Not bad at all, guys. Very survivable build. Not bad at all. So, as I said, we have the Runes of the Dolyak ×6, and then we have Spear Sigil Force and Spear Sigil Bloodlust. Alrighty, guys, on to the last and final one, the Bladesworn. Alrighty, guys, here we are with the third and final class, which of course is the Bladesworn. I have Honey Bladesworn for apparent reasons. She's covered in honey, and she's a Savari, very cute. So, anyways, let's get underway with the equipment. We have, of course, the Power, Precision, Vitality, and Ferocity, which I believe is the Marauder stats. And of course we have the Superior Rune of Strength to give us extra damage, extra power, extra might stacks. And we also have the Greatsword with the Power, Precision, Vitality, Ferocity again, Spear Sigil Force, Spear Sigil Torment. Normally I would get the Spear Sigil Accuracy, but because this is a beta, we can't have access to it. In regards to the trinkets, we have the Marauder stats as well, and then 2,487 power, Vitality, 1,583. 583 on the Ferocity, and 56 on the Critical Chance. Normally this would be higher, but because we can't get access to that sigil, it's not. Alrighty, in regards to the skills themselves, we have this one right here, the Combat Stimulant, which is part of the Elite Spec. It's going to give you a massive load of healing, or you can activate it before the healing activates and get those buffs right there. I usually just let it heal me though. In regards to the stances, you're going to need these in order to activate your flow, to turn it into ammunition, to release it into the special attack. So for anyone that doesn't know how this works, essentially I have my Greatsword on for the traits to give me extra stacks of might, but we'll hit F1, there it is, there's the sword. Essentially once the flow rate builds up to 100%, you activate F2, which puts you into that stance, and then the ammo will build up, and then you can release it on number 1, number 2, or number 3. Number 1's close combat, number 2 I believe flies you across the screen, and number 3 just fires off a projectile. As I said, in regards to all these stances, it's to keep you upright so you can activate this off when it gets up to maximum flow, or at least 50% usually. In regards to the trait lines, I'm going to show you what I've got, so you guys can have a look at that. On the Bladesworn Elite Spec, it's going to be, of course, the Swift as the Wind, because on attack number 5, you're always gonna, it's considered a movement skill, so you're gonna be getting swiftness every time you use it, plus positive flow. On this next one, Unshakable Mountain, you're gonna be getting barrier, which is gonna help you survive in combat. And of course on Yielding Dragon, which you can strike enemies even if you're blinded. That's great. As for strength, we have the Brave Stride. Movement skills grant stability. So once again, number 5. This is like they call synergy, I believe. We have the Forceful Greatsword, which is going to give you extra stacks of might, even though you have this F1 ability on. I believe you still get the mites, stacks of might. Sorry, guys. Might makes right is going to give you health and endurance whenever you apply might to yourself. So yeah, synergy again. And in regards to defense, we're going to have Call the Weak, which is going to weaken your enemies once they get down to 50% and increase the damage you do to them. Defy Pain gives you the Enduring Pain stance, and Last Stand gives you the Balanced stance. Alrighty, guys, with all that out of the way, let's go down there and hit that mob right in front of me. This is the perfect opportunity. They came at the right time. Let's go for it. Let's hit later on that. Let's go down. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to activate these right now because there's so many of them at the moment, and we don't want to get killed. So let's hit them all. And as you guys can see, tons and tons of DPS. Very decent indeed. Not bad at all. Just keep activating your abilities, and eventually your flow will build up. It's probably the only disadvantage with this class is that it takes a little longer for your flow to build up. But once it does, it's not bad at all. You can also use your ammunition to hit them again and again and again, which is going to whittle them down little by little. And then don't forget to hit your healing, because that will save you every time. It gives you a massive amount of healing when it does activate, and it's highly worth doing. So basically, once you get to a point where you have enough flow, you're happy, you hit F2, and then you hit number 1, 2, or 3. I usually go for number 2 because it flies you across the screen, and it hits them and interrupts them. There you go. Took them out. Done. Now let's take on this Hydra. Let's see how we go. Bang. Hit it with everything you got. And you can use this again to fly across the screen if you want to. It gives you stability, stops them from knocking you down. And we're just going to go around them and take them out. Bang. We're going to hit these again, which is going to increase everything. We're going to hit that again. It's going to give you more ammunition. Hit them again with everything you got, which is going to help build up the flow and take them down extremely fast. And as you guys can observe, my health is staying pretty far up. It's not bad at all. It's pretty healthy. So as long as you keep remembering to use number 5, attack, whenever it responds, it'll give you the stability you need, and you have to remember to use your stim pack every once in a while as well, just to give you that extra bit of health. So we're going to charge it, and then we're going to hit number 2, bang. And you hit him, it takes out a ton of his health. And we've got a few enemies around me at the moment, which are having a go at me. But yeah, surprisingly, we're surviving pretty well. And as long as you keep using those stacks, as well as the ones that passively activate from your trait line, you're going to stay alive for the most part. You're never really going to go down very easily at all. So yeah, this is a very viable build, guys. Very viable indeed. It's going to keep you alive. It's going to keep you in the zone, in the combat. You're going to take things down relatively easy without too much trouble at all. And as long as you keep remembering to activating those abilities down the bottom, you're not going to really have any issues at all. I took on a mob, I took on a Hydra, I took on this as well as the Hydra at the same time, so yeah, you guys can clearly see that it's a very viable build. You have to keep remembering activating these things. I keep forgetting to click them, unfortunately, but yeah, it's not my issue. There you go, took them out, done. Alrighty guys, we're just gonna close this video up, and then that'll be it. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the video. Please leave me a like, subscribe, and a comment. I hope you enjoyed the beta builds, the viable builds that I came up with. As I said guys, these are my own creation. They're viable builds that you can use with the existing elite specs, and they do work as you saw. So if you're happy with those, definitely leave me a like, and otherwise also check me out on Amazon, because I am a writer. I've been currently working on a new series of books. I'm on the finale at the moment. It's an Isekai story. Basically, it's called The World's Most Overly Cautious Hero, an Isekai story of Brawn and romance. So please check that out, guys, in the description below. It's well worth your time and effort. I spend hundreds and thousands of hours working on these books, writing them full time, which is why I don't make more Guild Wars videos. But when I do, I hope you guys appreciate them. Alrighty, until next time, stay safe, and take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.